You're sitting in a meeting. Someone across the table yawns. Within seconds, without meaning to, you yawn too. You try to stop it. You can't. But the real answer for why this happens is far stranger than tiredness. It has nothing to do with oxygen or boredom. It has to do with whether your brain sees other people as part of you. Start with the basics. A yawn is not just a tired reflex. Your jaw stretches. Your lungs pull in a deep breath. Your eyes water. Scientists call this a fixed action pattern. A simple way of saying it's an automatic behavior your brain runs the same way every time, like a subroutine. Every vertebrate does it. Fish yawn. Dogs yawn. Even snakes yawn, and snakes don't get bored in meetings. So yawning itself is ancient. But contagious yawning, catching one from someone else, that's different. That's not about your body. That's about your brain reading another brain. And only a few animals do that at all. Here's where it gets strange. In 2007, researchers at the University of Connecticut, led by psychologist Ralph Adolphs and colleagues studying autism spectrum traits, found something curious. People who scored lower on empathy tests were less likely to catch a yawn. Not never, just less. The more attuned someone was to others' emotional states, the more likely their body was to mirror a yawn happening nearby. Suddenly yawning didn't look like fatigue. It looked like connection. Then in 2011, a study out of the University of Pisa, led by primatologist Elisabetta Pelaghi, looked at chimpanzees. Chimps yawned contagiously too, but overwhelmingly more often when watching a yawn from a close companion than from a stranger. Bonds mattered. The closer the social tie, the stronger the contagion. Dogs show this with humans they trust. Wolves show it inside their packs but rarely across pack lines. The pattern kept repeating. Contagious yawning tracks intimacy, not exhaustion. So what's actually happening in your skull? Neuroscientists point to something called the mirror neuron system, brain cells that fire both when you do an action and when you simply watch someone else do it. Your brain, in a sense, doesn't fully separate them from you. When you see a yawn, a quiet echo of that same motor pattern activates in your own brain, and your body finishes the gesture your neurons already started rehearsing. You're not copying a stranger's tiredness. You're running a simulation of their body inside yours, and your simulation escapes into a real yawn. This is where the twist gets uncomfortable. If contagious yawning is a measure of social bonding, then the animals and people around you are unconsciously grading how close they feel to you every single day. And you're grading them right back, without ever deciding to. A 2014 study from Duke University, led by evolutionary anthropologist Brian Hare's lab team, tested this directly in dogs and found dogs yawned more in response to their own owners than to strangers, suggesting the contagion crosses species lines wherever real attachment exists. Your dog isn't just tired around you. Your dog's brain is mirroring you the same way a close friend's brain mirrors yours. Even stranger, some researchers propose contagious yawning may have evolved as a synchronization tool. Picture early humans sleeping in small groups on the open savanna, vulnerable to predators. If one person's brain sensed drowsiness spreading, a shared yawn could help synchronize the group's alertness cycles, everyone drifting toward rest, or waking, together. A scattered group is a vulnerable group. A synchronized group survives. Your yawn might be a fossil of ancient teamwork, a leftover survival tool now firing uselessly during a Monday meeting. Now look at your modern life differently. That flicker of a yawn spreading through a classroom, an office, a family dinner. It isn't laziness passing around the room. It's an invisible social instrument quietly measuring closeness, running constantly beneath your awareness. You cannot consciously decide to feel more bonded to a stranger, but your brain already made that calculation the instant you failed to stop yourself from yawning back. So next time you catch someone's yawn across a room, notice what your body just admitted. It wasn't about sleep. It was never really about sleep. Your brain quietly told you something about who you feel close to, long before you had the chance to think it through yourself.